Hi guys, welcome to another video. We had been talking about in the last video that market can go either side, either upwards, downwards, once the Fed come and share the statement with the media and the rest of the markets. Interestingly, Celsius has already paid off all the debt and the liquidity price now is zero. So that is a very good news from Celsius. Now they have taken their wrap BTC onto FTX exchange, and likely they have done some deal with FTX that sooner or later we're gonna find out about. Ethereum is the main reason behind this upside because Ethereum had a successful change from proof of stake. There would be another mainnet that they need to switch off before everything gets done and dusted, and Ethereum is gonna be one of the biggest protocols changing itself from proof of work to proof of stake, and something we had been talking about constantly. When the Fed comes, things will get very decisive. So saw a 50 bps or 75 bps hike at July FOMC meeting as likely, which is going to be coming in the next 7 to 10 days. Many of FOMC saw significant risk of entrenched inflation. So inflation is very high right now. Even more restrictive policy possible in time. So they might just come harder than they have before. 75 bps still looks very likely for now. So let's get into our charts today. Look at what's happening on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Uniswap. First thing first, let's start with DXY on the 4-hourly. So DXY is still experiencing a big upside. Right now, it has wicked all the way into the ranges of 107.779. Looks very bullish here. Obviously, the statement did bring an upside into the DXY. FOMC minutes were very important for DXY. Let's get into the BTC dominance on the 4-hourly. With this upside that we've seen in the price, we're also seeing an upside in Bitcoin's dominance. We want to see Bitcoin dominance heading higher into the ranges of 49 to 50%. Probably is going to be the place where the bottom is likely to be formed. I'm still not convinced that we've hit the bottom yet. Let's get into Ethereum's dominance, because after that merge, Ethereum's dominance is now seeing a quick upside, which is very good, and the price structure also looks very interesting. It is forming higher highs and higher lows on the regular basis. The trend line looks very strong right now, so hopefully it continues this pattern, and once we have had everybody liquidated from these markets, then likely we're going to see a downside in the Ethereum's dominance. Let's get into the BTC USD 4 hours chart. We are right now facing rejection from 22,500. That's the highest we went on this upside. Now we're experiencing a downside, likely to build some kind of support around $20,500 or above SMA 50, which is around $19,877. Lower BB still remains around $17,874. If we look into the RSI, a big bearish divergence is forming right now, and likely this area and this area are not same. We can see they're slightly downward. So, and on the RSI we are seeing an upside, which kind of doesn't resonate with what we are seeing in the price structure, which makes an exact hidden bearish divergence. Usually they're very weak, but once they do play out, they're very bearish. If we get into capitulation right now in the minus, it's still going on. It's been going on for the past few days now. It started around 9th of June. So this pattern has to be completed. We have to go above 200 moving average minus capitulation ends. That's where we might begin to build some kind of bottom and get very excited for the next bull rally. Let's get into the Ethereum chart on the 4 hours. Very good upside from that merge news. Right now we're still below the previous high, so and facing rejection. Doesn't convince me right now that we're going to be breaking above this anytime soon. It's also options expiry. Likely this expiry did belong to the bulls because of this quick upside in the market that we saw. We are facing resistance from the upper band, which is around $1,272. SMA 50 is at $1,109 and lower BB is at $946. Another bearish divergence here, a hidden bearish divergence forming on BTC and ETH on the 4 hours right now. Let's get in the Uniswap on the daily time frames. Uniswap saw good upside in the last few days, really made a very good upside, had W breakout from here. it was a double bottom in the same zone, and it was also a bullish divergence on the RSI. We see a quick upside facing resistance from 6.4, which is our upper band, and taking support from SMA 50, which is at $4.99, and lower BB is at $3.59. Once that big downside comes into the market that everybody's been talking about, so am I, because that's what the technicals are showing us, because the minor capulation is still ongoing. So I believe likely we might see Uniswap in the ranges of $1.28. So you can open your short position, especially once we are breaking below the lower BB. That would be a very good place to enter into this trade. Let's get into the daily time frames for BTC USD. So on the daily time frames, we are making a bearish divergence right now, and that is carrying on from the 4 hours into the daily time frames. We are having a good support right now, so we are in a bearish peanut flag. Usually all these flags are very bearish. They do likely sometimes see an upside, break above. Once everybody get very bullish, that's when we see a quick downside on them. So be very careful. Still, we haven't made a higher high on this chart, so still have to remain bearish. Can't just get very bullish right now in this market. If you get in the Ethereum's daily chart, similar price pattern, similar structure, we are facing resistance from bearish divergence on the daily time frames. So likely this was our previous levels, and right now we are above our previous levels on the RSI, which makes it a bearish divergence. We look into our lower BB, it's at $547. Very bearish outlook from Bollinger Bands on the daily time frames for ETH. If we look into our SMA 50, it's around $1,470. Let's get into the weekly chart, the 5-year cycle top and bottom. Like I spoke and told you guys in the previous videos, that we have to come close to our 200 moving average, which is around $22,560. If we look into the wick, we went exactly at $22,490. So we are facing resistance from here. We want to break this resistance, come above, reclaim the 200 moving average. Like we've seen in the previous data, we've never actually closed below it. Right now we have done that, so makes everything very bearish. And especially on the weekly, we have to reclaim $31,745. That's where we will actually make a higher high on the weekly time frames. So until then, I still remain very bearish. It will be good to see a very good upside coming into the Bitcoin chart, but still not convinced enough to actually feel bullish in this market. And if we look into the structure, what and how it usually plays out, so it's a similar pattern. Right now we are facing resistance from the previous highs, and likely this is how it breaks out. So this will be a very good range to actually ape into any kind of trade. This line, this area would be a very good place to actually get into a short position on weekly time frames for BTC. Let's get in the liquidation data. There have been many liquidations in the past 4 hours and in the 24 hours. So if we look into those big wicks here, massive wicks, millions of people got liquidated. Too many people were in short positions. People were very bearish. What this upside has done is just change the market sentiment. Now everybody's feeling very bullish, because everybody's like, oh my god, we just went up, Bitcoin's price is going high. Is this the start of the bull market? Was 17,000, 19,000 range the bottom that everybody was looking for? But the missing puzzle in this is that longs haven't been liquidated. So next will be the longs, the people who are in the long positions on this upside to be getting liquidated. Let's get in the alt season index. Alt season index still shows us that we are in a Bitcoin season. We're still just testing into the lines, which is around Bitcoin season, just below that line at levels of 22. So no altcoin season yet. Don't get excited for any altcoins just yet. If we get into fractional NFTs, Gate.io yet again is going to be introducing a fractional NFT. This time it was going to be a MAYC number 87. It's here. It's going to be starting in the next 3 hours. The floor price is going to be 20 USDT. So if you did miss out on the last one, this is your chance to get into this, because if you read into the rules and regulations, everything is written there. It's very transparent. You're going to get avatar rights. You're going to be part of the fractional ownership. It is a very interesting concept. It's very new right now into these NFT marketplaces. So just experiment. If you have that extra cash sitting on the side, why not just invest 20 USDT? Big data on Gate.io, extreme fear, 20 levels, just went up from 18. Yesterday we were at 18. If we get into the long and short ratio, block trades and global data, a bearish sentiments right here. We get into 1 hour, it's about 58.96% people are in short positions in block trades. If we get into the funding rate for BTC and ETH is positive, BTC is negative, Ethereum is already showing market sentiment is sell, and market sentiment for BTC is dead neutral. So you should consider selling your ETH right now. It had very good upside like I showed you in the charts. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you liked today's video. If you do, smash the like button, share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Gonna be back in here soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.